Zips Football Weekly with Tom Arth. Presented by Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime. Hosted by Joe Dunn. Contributing partners include Summa Health. It's your health. Let's own it together. Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Hilton Akron Fairlawn. Proud to be the host hotel of Zips Football. And the Spaghetti Warehouse. Famous for its 15-layer lasagna.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Zips Football Weekly with head coach Tom Arth, brought to you again by our friends at the Wentz Financial Group. Well, it's all Zip action from here on out. We got 3 weekday games left in the 2019 schedule, beginning next Tuesday night, November 12th, over at InfoCision Stadium, as Eastern Michigan comes to town. Then it's a Wednesday night game down at Miami, and the Zips finish the 2019 season with a home game against Ohio on November 26th. Well, Coach, we talked last week about Maction, 3 left, but let's talk about that Bowling Green game. As usual, you go up to Bowling Green, it's a very windy day.
Yeah, we got a little bit of everything on Saturday from a weather standpoint. Started out really beautiful, sunny. We got a little bit of sleet, a little bit of rain, but I think you expect that playing in that part of Ohio, and certainly I thought we handled that pretty well throughout the course of the game. But yeah, it was good to get an opportunity to play up there.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, let's go back up to Dwight Perry Stadium on the campus of Bowling Green. Pick up action brought to you as always by ESPN. And Coach, things started pretty well. You jump out to a 6-0 lead, but as I talked to you after the game, boy, you want to get into the end zone to get that close.
Yeah, that's important. We were, put a great drive together to start the game. Mike started us off with a great return. We did a really good job on kickoff return all afternoon. But got off to a great start, converted some third downs, drove the ball down inside the red zone, and unfortunately weren't able to finish with the ball in the end zone, but got a field goal, which is great, great way to start the game. Then we get a big turnover with the ball down inside the 30, and unfortunately again had to settle for a field goal, which is important. In those moments that's going to come back to bite you at some point, and unfortunately for us, it was the last time that we really got down in there that tight.
You mentioned the Zips got a 12-play drive, 53 yards, ends with a 35-yard field goal by Corey Smeagol. Zips lead 3-0. Cato completed 3 passes, ran for a first down on that first series.
Yeah, he did. We got off to a really good start. Again, converted some third downs. Cato had a couple scrambles and hit a couple RPOs, which was good to see. So yeah, it was a good way to start the game. And defensively, I loved how we came out as well. Came out, really, playing pretty well.
Zips got the ball back on a bad snap and I think a fumble by the Falcons punter. Then you move into field goal range again, Coach, and 6 plays later, Corey Smeagol hits another field goal for you.
Yeah, Corey played well. Again, he was given 2 opportunities Saturday afternoon. He came through in both of them. Again, would like to have finished those drives with touchdowns, but when you get down in there, you got to come away with points. And really pleased to see our special teams units be able to execute those opportunities for us.
Yeah, here's one of the field goals to make it 6-0. I'm down there in the field. I look up at the flag, Coach. That was a nasty wind to kick into.
It was. The wind throughout the afternoon was pretty strong, and it was swirling, and not a great day for kicking or punting. But again, I thought our specialists handled it fairly well.
Of course, Bowling Green comes back to take the lead 7-6. They had a big conversion, Coach. You had them 3rd and 8, and they complete a pass for 9 yards on that first touchdown drive.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Really felt like we had an opportunity to get the ball right back, and the pass was completed short of the first down, and thought we had them tackled. Unfortunately, missed a tackle there that allowed that drive to continue, which led to points. And I think other than some missed tackles on Saturday, I was really pleased with how our defense played again this week.
Quarter ends with Bowling Green up, as you see, 7-6. In that second quarter, there's a series of mistakes, Coach, and that really cost you. Look back, that second quarter really kind of dictated the outcome of the game.
Yeah, we turned the football over. Yeah. Again, we've been plagued by turnovers these last few weeks offensively, and really putting our defense in some horrific situations and giving up touchdowns on turnovers, as well as, putting them down inside the 5-yard line. So, that's an area that we absolutely have to clean up if we want to have any chance of being successful. And our players know that. We talk about it, and we just got to go out and do it.
Coach, people look at that score at the half and they think maybe the defense gave up a lot of yards. The defense was put in 2 really tough situations.
Oh yeah, I think they scored 3 touchdowns. I don't know if you said it, Joe, after the game, or somebody said it. I think they scored 3 touchdowns and had less than 30 yards on those 3 drives. So it's just unacceptable. It's just unacceptable to put our defense in that type of situation, and we have to improve in that area.
Exactly. Zips down at the half. We're going to take a break, come back with our special features we do each week right here on Zips Football with head coach Tom Arth.
The difference with Wentz Financial Group is that we do not have a cookie-cutter answer to any of our clients' needs. Every day is completely different in the market, and every client situation is unique. We value the opportunity and responsibility to manage the hopes and dreams of our 3,000 customers nationwide.
Come see the difference Wentz Financial Group can make for your financial future. Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime.
The University of Akron is more than a college or campus.
It's a connection to the community.
To the thousands of opportunities right here in Northeast Ohio.
And to the partnerships with employers and organizations.
Like the LeBron James Family Foundation, where we connect kids to life-changing possibilities.
It's the strength of UA, this city, and these connections.
It's where students make an impact on their community and in the world.
While still making an impact
in the classroom,
on the track,
in the boardroom,
and in my community.
That's what makes us the University of Akron.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Football Weekly. And Coach, all season long we've been talking about the redshirt rule. I know you're going to take advantage of that. Maybe you can explain to the fans exactly what that is.
Absolutely. It's really a great rule that the NCAA has put in place. It allows your freshmen to play in up to 4 games, in their freshman year and not lose a season of eligibility, which I think is really great. I think it's great from an academic standpoint. I think our student athletes perform much better when they're involved and when they're able to participate than when they just know, hey, I'm a red shirt and I'm not going to play all season long. And sometimes, as we've joked with them, they take a red shirt year from school as well. And I think this rule has really helped with that, really helped keep them engaged in all aspects of their life. And it's great for their development, great for your program, and opportunities to get young guys involved and active and find out what they can do and how they can contribute to your program.
Sure. Well, there's a number of Zip players taking advantage of that redshirt rule. Let's meet a couple of them right now.
I think it's really important for a lot of our young guys that they can get that experience. And I think early on in the year, we make that decision of, okay, are we going to get these guys in the first 4 games or try to hold them off until the last 4 games or pick and choose based on injuries and whatnot. So we've actually used both scenarios with a couple different guys. So having that freedom to play them early on, and then if it's not working out, redshirt them, that gives us a big advantage.
I think it's honestly a great rule. I think it's something that's phenomenal that it's there for the players, because even in my situation where I don't have as much experience at the O-line, this redshirt rule really, it lets me get that extra year to kind of learn and build and develop as a player. So I think it's a great thing.
Coach Arth kind of already talked to me about it as he was recruiting me, that he wanted to get my 4 games in with the new rule with the NCAA. So I kind of expected to play a little bit, probably not as much as I have. Obviously getting 2 starts under my belt, I think that helped my development as a player and as a quarterback, going forward. And to hit the reset button in January, and I still have 4 years, I think that's, very valuable for my experience and for me as a player.
So it's one of those things where if this happens, then this happens. And I think it goes back to, and I think it was the 2nd or 3rd grade at St. Dominic's in Shaker Heights, we started doing flow charts and understanding like this happens, then that happens. And I still use that. I still use that opportunity that if so-and-so would have to leave the game for whatever reason, then so-and-so would go in.
I think Kathy Bon Jovi does an incredible job for us, helping us out with participation. And so each week we take a look at that report of who played and who didn't. By position group, our position coaches kind of keep track of that as well, just to double check and make sure that we have all the accurate information. And another big piece of it is our special teams coordinator, Chris Hurd. He and I have to be on the same page about who's going to be redshirting and who's not.
I've gained a lot of knowledge, you know, from kind of just learning how to read defenses on a whole nother level. You know, they're going to try to disguise a lot of their blitzes, a lot of their coverages, and make you think that they're going to, you know, do one thing, but they're going to wind up doing another. And I think trying to just find like little small details in, you know, techniques, I think that kind of helps me going forward, because now I have a solid platform I can, you know, build off of and continue to work off of for the next couple of years.
So the challenging part is, you know, we got here June 8th, coming in all summer, you know, working as hard as we did all summer, and then not really getting to showcase it, I guess. But whenever you do get that chance to play in that game, it's almost like, okay, everything that I've been taught, now it's time for it to pay off. So, I mean, it's nice, you know, getting to see everything pay off. You put in the hard work and finally get to play in a game, and, you know, it's rewarding.
If you're upfront and honest in recruiting, good things are going to happen. Recruiting is all predicated on relationship. If you can develop a relationship with somebody based on trust, then yeah, it's great. Then how do you build that trust? Through conversations. They're being honest and also backing up those actions, backing up those words with your actions. And then I think we've done that with our freshmen. We've gone into it saying, hey, there's a good chance you're gonna have an opportunity to redshirt this year. I tell every offensive lineman that on the planet, I hope you redshirt. If we have to play you as a true freshman and at such a developmental position like the offensive line, it's probably a detriment to you.
Continue to work hard. You know, I know everybody says that and it's cliche, but it's true. And, you know, it's like you got to try to stay positive, because whenever you let yourself get negative, like that's when you're really going to start to bring you and your teammates down. And so, you know, we all just got to try to stay positive and keep growing as a team.
It's not an easy situation, because everybody here, you know, is a dog. You know, you get to college and everybody is on, you know, the same level you're on. They were all state just like you were all state, and they were the best team on their, you know, best player on their team just like you were the best team or best player on your team. And you just kind of got to find that extra edge, that extra dog in you to, you know, come every day to work and, you know, get better.
Well, Coach, Zach Gibson, Xavier Gray, two young guys. You're going to have them for 4.5 more years. That's got to make you smile a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting, and a number of those freshmen that, you know, a lot of them have played beyond 4 games for us this year. But there is a good amount that will be able to keep their redshirt year and will come in next year and still have 4 years to play. And that's exciting for us. It really is. I think they're great guys that we can develop in the weight room in the off season, and the experience that they've gained this year out there playing on the field is so valuable, and it's going to make us and them that much better.
Yeah, looking forward to watching those two guys play a lot of football in the next 4 years. Hey, we're going to take a break. We're at halftime at Saturday's game up at Bowling Green. We're back with second half highlights right after this.
Roman was born with a hole in his heart. But thanks to the experts at Summa, who found the problem and fixed it quickly, he's feeling 26 again. Not 76. Minimally invasive heart procedures, many performed in under 2 hours. Summa Health, vital for getting back in the game and more.
Miller Lite is brewed for great taste with only 96 calories and 0 grams of sugar. So when one's done, it's the perfect time to start another. Miller Lite, hold true.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Football Weekly. We are at halftime of Saturday's game up at Bowling Green, and Coach, Bowling Green is going to get the ball to start the second half as we watch highlights, and the defense is going to get them right off the field.
Yeah, that was really important. What we talked about at halftime, being able to, we knew they were getting the ball, being able to come out and shut them down early, get it back to our offense, and see if we could, you know, tighten the game up early on in the second half. We took the win in the third quarter. Really wanted to, you know, try to put some pressure on Bowling Green and force them to punt into some bad conditions to get us some good field position. And you know, we did that, and unfortunately, you know, weren't able to take advantage of it offensively.
We talked in the first half how the defense was put in some bad situations to give up some touchdowns, but I'd say they're playing pretty loose and having fun out there. There's a lot of enthusiasm. Boy, seniors Alvin Davis, John Lako, sophomore Bubba Arcelani, and they're all playing outstanding football for you.
Yeah, they are. You know, it's been really good to see. Really good to see the way we've grown on that side of the ball, and the energy and the effort that we're playing with. And you know, I hope it's something we can continue to build on these next 3 weeks.
Well, it's a nice play, a break up there by Alvin Davis. He was all over the place in that second half.
He was. He made some really big plays for us. Some pass breakups, some great tackles in the open field. He's playing at a high level.
Zips turn it over again, this time I think on a fumble at the 6-yard line, and then 3 plays later, Bowling Green scores to make it 28-6, but the defense does force a fumble later on in the third quarter, Coach, and another redshirt freshman from Aurora, Gavin Blunt, is going to recover. 2 good young kids from up in Aurora High School.
Yeah, Gavin's done a great job for us all season long, mainly on special teams. Has been a big impact, has made a big impact for us in our special teams units, and it was great to see him come up with a huge play in that game and to give us some life. You know, give us an opportunity to go out there and again put up some points.
Offense just couldn't get anything going in that second half, Coach. A few 3-and-outs, and I know you're disappointed.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to hard to put your finger on it. You know exactly what it is, but we just need to play better. Need to play better at in a number of different areas, and need to stop making mistakes. And the biggest mistakes that we make are, of course, the turnovers, which are so costly. You know, you take those out of the picture, and you know, you're still right in it in the fourth quarter with a chance to win.
We did see some of the promising freshmen he brought in, Coach. Running back Peter Hayes Patrick carried it 3 or 4 times. In fact, he ended up, I think, our leading rusher on offense. He also had Keyshawn Mack from Massillon in there, Corey Thomas. 3 young guys are going to play good football for you in the future.
Yeah, you know, I thought Pete has played really well for us. I think every opportunity that he's had positive runs, and he's fallen forward, and I'm really excited about him, really excited about his development and throughout the course of this year. And I think that another year in our program, going through Coach Pearson's off-season strength program, is going to do so many great things for him, and I'm excited. You know, I really am. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Okay, we're going to take a break, come back. We're going to have our player of the game, our play of the game, so don't go away. We're back right after this.
The difference with Wentz Financial Group is that we do not have a cookie cutter answer to any of our clients' needs. Every day is completely different in the market, and every client situation is unique. We value the opportunity and responsibility to manage the hopes and dreams of our 3,000 customers nationwide.
Come see the difference Wentz Financial Group can make for your financial future. Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime.
Right now it's time to name our player of the game, and our play of the game brought to you each week by the Wentz Financial Group. We already talked about this young man a little bit. Out of Aurora, Ohio, 5'9", 205 pounds. How about Bubba Arcelani, Coach? 19 tackles, 10 solos, 9 assists. He also chipped in with 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble for the afternoon. He was just all over the place.
He was, and I think, you know, if we've learned anything this year, is that's what Bubba brings. He just brings great energy, great effort, great intensity to every single game that he plays in. And, you know, my favorite play of the game was early on the 3rd down. We brought a pressure up the middle, and Bubba just lowered his shoulder, ran right through the back, really affected the quarterback, and, you know, really proud of him, proud of the way that he's playing.
Sometimes those offensive linemen are so big, they don't see him coming. He kind of sneaks around and makes those big hits.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does, and you know, but you can hear it and you can feel it.
Yeah.
You know, there's no doubt about it. There were a number of instances on Saturday where you just, you know, all of a sudden, Bubba out of nowhere coming through, making a big time play.
I talked to his dad after the game. I know he's proud of Bubba, and he said, "Hang in there. Things are going to get better, Coach."
Yeah, they will.
There you go. How about our play of the game? And it comes from our special teams unit. How about Jeremiah Boogie Knight out of Jefferson, Ohio, returned to kickoff 33 yards in the second quarter to give the Zips good field position to start a drive. Special teams also, as we said, chipped in with 2 field goals. Jonah Whelan had a punt of 48 yards, so special teams played well on Saturday, I thought.
They did, definitely. Came up with some really big plays. You know, we tackled the punter after they had a poor execution on their snap. They tried to fake on us late in the game that, you know, we're the one that Gavin recovered, but, you know, really great to see our kickoff return unit really execute really well throughout the course of this game. And Boogie, you know, showing why they call him Boogie with all those moves.
Yeah.
You know, was really excited for him and the opportunity that he had to get out there and return some kicks for us.
I know you've been switching off on Alvin Davis and Boogie Knight returning kickoffs and punts. What do those two guys give you?
Well, you know, I think, you know, Alvin really, you know, when Sean went down, you know, really puts us in a tough spot in the defensive backfield. And Boogie is a reliable returner back there that can catch the ball, field the tough kicks. So we really felt like, hey, let's give Boogie that, you know, that opportunity again. I think he started the year for us back there, and just take a little bit off of Alvin's plate to allow him to really focus on defense and limit his risk of injury.
Coach, as you mentioned at the top of the show, we are down to 3 Maction games beginning next Tuesday night, November the 12th. Eastern Michigan comes to town. The Eagles, a pretty good football team last year. They're coming off a tough loss, though, Coach, and but they still, I think, are a dangerous football team and a good football team.
I think they're a very good football team, and you know their season has been a little bit up and down, but you know, I think they are capable of hurting you a lot of different ways. You know, they throw the ball, you know, as well as anybody in our league. They are not penalized a lot, which, you know, I think is definitely something to, you know, to make sure that our team understands as we prepare for this week. So yeah, we have our work cut out for us. We're excited to be back at home and excited to get our first taste of Maction.
Exactly. That'll be this coming Tuesday night, November 12th. I'll tell you, Eastern has had 2 big wins this season. They beat Illinois 34-31. Then they beat a good Western Michigan team 34-27, although they're coming off a tough loss to Buffalo. At times this year, they've been as good as anybody in the league.
They have, you know, and they're coming off of a great year.
Yeah.
I think Coach Creighton's done an outstanding job with that program. I have a lot of respect for him and what he's accomplished throughout his career and really how he's done it. But you see that in what he's building, you know, at Eastern, and we know it's going to be a great challenge for us. And again, need to have a great week of practice and need to come out and play really well together as a team.
They are led on defense by linebacker Kobe Belton. They have a couple game breakers on offense, running back Shaq Van, and also wide receiver Matthew Sexton. A good reminder for you, that game on November 12th, that is going to be an 8 o'clock kickoff. 8 o'clock kickoff. That's going to be a late night, Coach. Hope we can all stay awake, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It'll be a late night. You know, we'll have to have a plan for the guys leading up to the game, because it's difficult as a coach and as a player, you know, to kind of sit around and hang out, you know, till 8 o'clock at night. So we'll have a good plan in place for them.
You have played a lot of football, Coach, high school, college, and the NFL. Have you ever played on a Tuesday night in your career?
I have not. I have not. No, played a Thursday game, Thanksgiving Day game against the Lions. You know, and I guess it was probably 2004 or 5. But that's it. Nothing on a Tuesday night.
3 games left on the schedule. Then we'll talk about next year a little bit later on in the programming schedule. But got a lot of guys who are going to try and get some playing time now these last 3 games. Some freshmen that can still, as we said, of that red shirt rule, get in there and play a lot of football.
Right, we do. We have a number of guys who got their first opportunity this past weekend on special teams and did really well. Kaishad, Corey, Jared Uran, all 3 played very well for us in the kicking game, and looking forward to continuing to get them experience. Hopefully, you know, Pete has 1 more game to play. X has a couple more games. Zach has another game. So a lot of players that we have, you know, some opportunities to continue to get work at, and just need to make sure that we're smart in how we do that.
It's so important, Coach, once you get on the field, so it's nothing new, man. When they open up the season next year against Youngstown, they've already got that game experience.
That's right. I really, you know, I think it's so valuable, especially for a situation like Zach. If he eventually, a year, 2 years from now, earns our starting quarterback position, it won't be his first start, and that won't be the conversation, you know, leading up to that whole week. He kind of had that and kind of came by surprise to a lot of people, and, you know, I think that's important.
There you go. Coach, we'll have a good weekend for you. We'll see you back here in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching Zips Football Weekly. I'm Joe Dunn. Always remember, go Zips.
Zips Football Weekly with Tom Arth. Presented by Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime. Hosted by Joe Dunn. Contributing partners include Summa Health, it's your health, let's own it together. Miller Lite, it's Miller time. Hilton Akron Fairlawn, proud to be the host hotel of Zips football. And the Spaghetti Warehouse, famous for its 15-layer lasagna.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Learfield IMG College.